the other day you were telling me about somebody got refused from Uber. Somebody suing Uber or something.
Hey, yo, you know what? I don't want to be that type of guy. You know, it's not even about weight. It's not about weight. I'm a little frustrated. I'm frustrated at our society. That's what it is. I'm not mad at her because you're going to have people who's going to try to take advantage. I'm more upset that this young lady is about 6 people wide.
You said she's 6 people wide?
Yeah, bro. And then my man pull up in like a little cord, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that shit like pulling up. He like, first of all, you're not gonna fit. And then if you do fit, it's a lot of like my shot, I can't do it. Like I can't do it. I hit a bump, it's over. So he kindly says, you know, I'm gonna cancel the ride and you're gonna have to call another. And then now he gets fired. She gets him fired. Now he's unemployed. And
he's fired?
Yeah, Lyft fired him. And now she's suing Lyft.
So it's Lyft?
Yeah.
They fired again?
Yes. You know damn well you couldn't fit in that car. And you know damn well this is a money grab. And like people is just like agreeing with her. And I don't get it, bro. Like that you gotta hope. So we gotta stop with the delusional, bro. Somebody wrong, we gotta call them on it, bro. I don't care if sometimes the truth doesn't sound nice. But we can't tell you a lie just to pacify it.
Yeah. You got to get an extra large lift. Get an extra large lift. Right?
Yes. Right. No, she needed XL.
Right.
And then she's gonna probably like have to ride in the trunk.
Oh, she was that big.
Yeah, bro.
She was like my 700-pound life big.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen that. And it's, you know, I guess it's one of those things. You order extra large lift.
That's all. That's all.
Maybe the embarrassment was a little much, you know, but still, why would you go to like?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's too committed because she's embarrassed.
But suing Lyft, what are you looking to do?
Oh, she's trying to sue them for a bunch of money.
For what?
Because she was denied service.
Well, see, her suing, I see, sounds crazy. But a lawyer actually pursuing that?
Yeah, you know how you got those lawyers.
Oh, he's one of those lawyers.
Yeah,
one of those lawyers.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to pursue?
Yeah. Unfortunately, being obese is not a protected class.
Is Lyft? Are you an independent contractor for Lyft?
Yeah.
So you can't choose who you want to drive?
Obviously, because he canceled the ride. I mean, because look at it in another situation. Let's just say,
that's what we about to do.
Let's just say it's a lady who's driving Lyft,
right?
And she pulls up to pick me up at 2:00 in the morning. She gets there, she just doesn't feel safe. For whatever reason. Right. Whatever I'm doing makes her feel unsafe and she denies the ride. Would anybody fault her for that?
It's what? It's what's the word?
Subjective?
Independent contractor. No, it's my business. I can't decide who I want to drive. Do I need the government to come in and tell me that I gotta, you know, take everybody no matter what?
Only if they're a protected class. Well, no. Only if the reason you're denying them is because they're a protected class. So meaning, like, if you said, nah, I don't want to pick him up because he's black. Right. You can't do that. I don't want to pick her up because she's a woman. You can't do that. I don't want to pick them up because, like, they're Jewish. You can't do that.
Right.
But as far as, like, hey, like, if we just want to break it down, you're just too big to get in the car.
Well,
that's not a protected class. Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? What if, and I get it, what if you could just take whoever you want? It's a free market, it seems like, when it comes to Lyft and stuff, right? So what I'm saying is, especially for the young lady had an issue that was big. She could get the Uber. Like, I wonder what wound up happening. Like, obviously she needed to get somewhere.
Okay.
So how did she wind up getting there?
I don't know, but I know she should have walked.
Right, but let's just say it's far, towns away, right?
She probably ordered XL.
So she wound up ordering XL,
I'm pretty sure,
and figured it out, right?
Correct.
So because she was able to figure it out, then let's take it back to the situation when it comes to, she came to pick you up, the person came to pick you up. Listen, this is hypothetical, didn't happen, and she decided, like, for whatever reason, this is late. Is I don't want to pick this guy up. He doesn't look like he's up to no good. I'm gonna drive away. I'm just saying, I'm just arguing, and I decided, I don't know. So what? Because somebody else is going to come by and pick you up. And that's what I look about with all of the business. Like, go ahead and be racist. Go ahead and do all those things you want to do. because the free market, and a market is still going to somebody's going to find a way to make money off of this.
I see what you're saying, but
the next bus is coming.
Yeah,
and the next person is not saying,
don't fucking inconvenience me. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, sir. Now, again, in her situation, that's a different situation. Like, I think that's a different situation. His denial was fair, but just in general, no.
I want to see how that works, though. Like, I want to see how that works. Like, for some reason, I believe that if you go ahead and deny somebody for things like that, okay, the big person, that's subjective. Like, a lot of people are going to have an issue with you trying to get into a small car.
Mm-hmm.
Just get a big double XL or whatever, the XL Uber.
Correct.
So you can get to where you need to go. But in the case where you an Uber driver and you drive into, let's say, a dangerous neighborhood, and you decide that the person you're going to pick up looks suspect, I can't make that decision as an independent contractor. I'm saying that you should be able to.
Think about back in the day. How many cabs wouldn't come in the hood? How many Chinese food stores wouldn't come and deliver your food in the hood? Nah, I ain't going over there, bro. Either they don't pay or I'm getting robbed. I'm not going over there.
You know what?
That happened all the time back in the day, bro.
Good. This is good. But guess what? Not. I don't want to say. I got to learn how to say, because, like I said, I want to be a better conversationalist. It's not. But guess what? Like, I appreciate what you just said, and now I'm just saying, there's another thing too. Back in the day, when those Chinese people, some of the Chinese people, and keyword some, didn't want to come to the hood and deliver. There were those people who still got their chicken wings.
100%.
That still got it delivered.
100%.
So it's still going to happen. It just creates an opportunity for somebody else who's going to take that business on.
That is true.
And I'm just like,
but unfortunately, or fortunately for those people, we're in a time where, if I don't have to take that.
Yeah.
I don't have to take that.
No, that's real.
So those are the rules that's at play. That's the rules I'm using.
Yeah.
Change the rules.
Say what?
Change the rules. Because those are the rules.
What if you were a black Lyft driver and you were in a different part of the neighborhood? Because you got to make it the same. And you pull up to a Ku Klux Klan meeting, you pull up to a KKK meeting, and you just happen to realize, like, one of these guys are the ones that needed a lift, and you decide, like, yo,
I'm not picking them up. I'm out.
But according to what you were saying, that you still should be able to pick them up. See, I'm with the whole, it's your business. If you're an independent contractor, that's what you do. Like, look, I don't want to do this.
It all depends on the reasoning. If you can never argue with someone's safety. Right. He says, I feel unsafe. Right. That's my mulligan.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my mulligan.
So are you, like I said, if the government gets involved and this person would have win the case, right? And like for the lift, right? You know the unintended consequences that happen.
I don't expect her to win the lawsuit. That's the first. Lose. That's the first part. Yeah. But yeah, no, it all depends on the reasoning, bro. The reasoning is important, just like the delivery, the wording, all that stuff. The context, those things are important. We can't remove context from those situations. We can't just swing an axe and treat every situation the same. You won't. That's not good.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So where do you draw the line? I don't want to pick case by case because this is a KKK.
It's case by case.
Look, you cannot have the hood on your head, but I can clearly see you just took it off, and I'm driving to pick you up.
I feel unsafe.
But they took it off, and now they're a different individual.
I feel unsafe. No, they're not. They're the same individual. You fucked up. I saw it. I made my decision. I feel unsafe.
And what I'm saying is, I agree with you. I think this is. I want to see what happens if we allow the world to operate like that. What I'm thinking is, people still gonna still survive and still be able to thrive. You're still gonna get your Chinese food. I'm still gonna be able to get an Uber ride. Somebody's gonna come and still take advantage of the fact that somebody else didn't want that person.
You're underestimating the horrible nature, which is just the human species, bro.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that's what you're underestimating. And that's why, like, those things can't happen, because you just can't predict. I mean, history's shown us enough. Like, humans are horrible people. Some can be horrible, cruel people. And that's why you can't leave them to their own accord, unfortunately. Yeah. Unfortunately. I don't disagree. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't disagree that I like the process. But considering, like, you can't do that. You can't.
I thought the same thing too until I recently had a situation in my own business, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna have to reevaluate this situation a little bit more, because this really messed me up. And, in retrospect, it's like, dang, man, this whole like, you can't judge a book by its cover. Well, not really. Like, it's like, that's a terrible way to look at it. Because if you buy hardcover books, right? The first piece of the book, like that little plastic piece that's over the book, that's just the casing. The book itself usually is just a plain book, like black. It doesn't really have much in it. But when you see like the book by cover is the worst thing. It doesn't make sense that much when you're talking to humans. Because when I can clearly see and I can feel danger, or I think I feel danger, I want to be able to be free and be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. This is not going to be good for my business. I don't want your business.
I think people have that right though. I don't think that's not a thing.
Right. They got that right now. And so like something like that happens where now you got to take anybody that comes to you. Like anybody that decides they want to get a lift, whether or not, whoever they are. Like if she got an XL lift and she smelled bad.
Bro, everyone has that right. As long as you're not denying service because it's a protected class, which is fair.
What's a protected class?
Again, being for the color of your skin. Like you can't say, hey, I'm not going to serve you because...
What class is protected?
Google it. Protected classes.
Wait. What? No, what is a protected class? What are you saying?
Protected classes are classes that can't be discriminated or denied service because of you or that class. So again, color your skin, protected class.
So that goes for white too.
Yes.
So if all people are a protected class, then why would we even need to have the whole term protected class? Because everybody got to be protected, right? Because it don't mean just because you black, I'm not going to take you. I will not take you because you white. I cannot take you because you Indian. I cannot take you because you Jew. Like, what if all of those classes? Like, so why do we even need to have a protected class?
Because you can't do that. So it's saying that's what I'm saying.
But you see what I'm saying? Everybody should be protected. The individual should be protected.
You can deny it, but it all depends on the reason why.
That sounds better. Like if you want to say, you got to have some type of plausibility or some reason why you did it. Then that means that people to just deny people and just come up with a good reason.
Yeah.
Now, who's to say what's a good reason or not a good reason?
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is let it all. Free market. Do whatever you want to do.
You still got to have checks and balances.
You think if we have a free market and that they're not going to be individuals that take advantage of that business that's just there?
Yes. Okay. You're correct. But if you remove it, then you're just going to have even more. Now you're just going to be the Wild West. And that's what you don't want. So yeah, you have people now who find loopholes to exploit the rules. But if you just allow for everyone to do it, then it's just like, yeah, you can do it. Now it's the norm. Now you can. So now you're just going to give the green light for more people to go about it that way.
You know what, too? Check it out. If you decide to say like these protected classes, you can't like protected class or whatever, you can't just discriminate against people. You can't discriminate against these people. If you put that on there, I mean, you already can't. Discrimination is not a legal thing anyway, but it's your business, and you decide what you want to be in your business. Now you're telling people like, look, you don't have no choice of what you decide. You got to take it all. Then that'll make people avoid you even more. You understand? So now, if the person comes up, like, I don't know how. Do you see the person?
Hold on. A protected class refers to a group of people sharing a common characteristic like race, gender, age, disability, religion. Those are protected classes.
Yeah, and I don't think they should be protected. Everybody's an individual that needs to be protected. I don't care about your class.
I think the whole point is to say that is the whole point. Treat everybody the same. And unfortunately, they have to put it that way, which seems redundant, but they have to put it that way so that it like, hey, no, you can't. You have to treat everybody the same. Because we know there are some people, for whatever reason, that will not treat everyone the same. For whatever reason. So that's there to remind everyone. It says, hey, you have to treat everyone the same. So yeah, you got people who find loopholes to deny service for whatever reason, but yet and still that's why it's there.
And it's like they go past. It's not even a loophole. If I know I have to like do something, then I'll find a way not to do it.
That's fair.
Even you start looking at the Uber driver. I don't know how it works. You look at people's names and you decide, I'm not going to pick them up.
Which is fair.
I'm not going to pick them up. And now you don't even get to see what they look like. You just go ahead and say, I'm not picking them up. when you put rules like that, I think that's what probably could happen. But hey, man, personal responsibility is how I look at it. Like, I think somebody would eventually come pick you up, and they need the money, so they'll come pick you up and drop you off and do the service. Like you said, she was able to get a different Uber that came by, and she had her needs met. She got to where she needed to go.
Correct. And the reason for denying her was valid. If it was because,
what if you deny even if somebody denied her because she was not the correct let's say to the point skin color, whatever color.
Okay.
Because I just gave you a good example of the white scenario when you gave me the black scenario. So I think somebody will come by, the next Uber will come by and pick that person up.
More than likely. Eventually.
And the money will still keep being made.
Eventually. Just not by that person, by someone else. Eventually.
Right. The money will still keep being made. So,
but the whole point is to why inconvenience me for nonsense?
Because in your situation, they inconvenience you because they worried about their life. That's what they said. They came to pick you up at a night.
And you're right. And it's one of those things is I could still be aggravated because my ride wasn't there.
Right.
But fair point. Like, I mean, I might disagree with I look menacing at 2:00 in the morning.
Right.
But if that's the way you felt, fair point. But if you say, yeah, ain't want no black guy in my car, dirtying up my car with his black skin. Like that's a total different reason.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Can't do that. I don't care if free market or not. You can't do that.
I say go ahead and do it.
I say no.
That person is not going to be successful. That's what I'm arguing.
That's not the point. That's not the point of it. The point is not whether they're going to be successful or not. You're looking at it totally like we're not looking at it.
I'm not getting emotional about it.
Well, no, neither am I. But I'm just saying whether that individual is successful or not is not the point. The point is it's not right to deny the service based on if we're all human, then your decision should be based on something other than the color of someone's skin or the other than whether they're male or female. Like the decision should be based on that person as a human, not any of those deciding factors.
And that's what I meant for the individual. That's why it kills me when people talk about like, you hear black people say black people should be black people and all those things. Yeah, and it's like it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Like why do you have to be with, judge people by the individual?
I don't disagree.
And the people who don't do that, I feel like they're going to be the one to lose. I don't feel like that person is going to be like getting a lot of business because they're turning down people who are black.
You're saying you feel like we don't care about how you feel. Like that's irrelevant in the result, how you feel. Well, you don't know. We're assuming.
Well, it's how I feel, and it makes sense. You go ahead and try to become an Uber driver living in a certain area, an urban community, and you decide you're not going to take people who are black. It ain't about how I feel. I know you're not going to make business there, and you're not going to be able to be an Uber driver anymore.
Well,
it's not going to work for you anymore. In the neighborhood that you work in, and you have that problem, that's not going to work for you.
Well, I mean, who's to say that there's only one group of individuals in that area? I'm quite sure there's other group of individuals they might feel comfortable picking it up.
I know that you're not going to be able to make the same amount of money as somebody who doesn't have those same prejudices.
I don't disagree.
So once you're not making that money and you realize you have all of these other people, different people that you don't like, you'll be out of the Uber game really quickly.
Well, no, because people who operate that way tend to find out that money is money is green. I kind of need it.
That's where
I'm going to be forced to do something to deal with someone I might not want to deal with.
And that's where I'm going.
But the point is, whether they get to that point from the beginning, whether they get to that point because they circle back around because they realize, because maybe some people business don't hurt. Maybe some people thrive without that. But if we're treating people all the same, why would we allow for anyone to be treated differently based on any other factor of them being an individual?
You know what? I actually like being prejudiced. Now that I think about it. Because even when you base it on the individual, there might be something about you I don't like. And I'm saying, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do no business with this person. Now, if you know that you're a good individual, that has not my prejudice does have nothing to do with how like what you can produce or what you can bring. That's my issue. The next person is going to get a great person because they don't have the same prejudices as me. I just feel like that's just going to happen and happen and happen and happen. Like you deny somebody else and then somebody else is going to say, no, this is business. This is money. I need money. So why would I deny this? This is money. I'm in this for money. Like the Uber driver that's in a certain neighborhood and they don't like those particular individuals and they live not too far from that neighborhood. I would say like, yo, it's stupid for you to be an Uber driver. You don't like X people. You don't like black people. You don't like white people. Why would you be an Uber driver in this neighborhood if you really can't, if you really don't like them that way? You ain't gonna make no money.
Well, obviously they might just get to a point like, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do to make money.
Right.
But that still doesn't change the point on why the protected class is needed. Like that still doesn't change the point. We have to remind people that you can't discriminate or you can't treat differently because of any of these deciding factors. I think that's the whole point. And it needs to be there because, again, to circle back to my original point, some people are just weird. And you have to be able to control the weirdness, bro. If you leave everyone to their own accord, they're like fucking Sims. You ever create some Sims and you leave them to their own accord before you know the house burning down? Like, you can't, bro. Everyone doesn't operate with the same level of cognitive. You just can't. You can't.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just feel like those people just weed themselves out and they just won't make money.
I don't think
they won't. They won't make money. I think that's why they.
I don't think that's the case.
That's why they even stopping. They don't want the affirmative action no more and all that stuff. It makes sense. It makes sense. Like that. That's kind of what that is a little bit. Like
I don't think so.
We don't have to like. We don't have to make those things like. We don't have to state those things. I don't feel. Business is business. I'm in this for money. I don't like if I decide to let the color of your skin, something as simple as stupid as that, be the deciding factor whether I'm going to take you, then you're not even going to be in business anymore. Where is that going to work?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure.
And there's opportunities other places for other people.
If I like purple, like I'm pretty sure I can find. My pool might be small, but I'm pretty sure I can find enough purple people to do what I need to do.
Well, good luck.
So I don't think that's true.
I say good luck. Like I guess it all depends on where your mindset is. I've always talked about like being an aggressive, being on offense. So there's no victim mentality coming my way at all. And I notice a lot of people they want to say they don't have that mentality, but it's a little bit of that mentality where it's like, because of the color of my skin, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and maybe I'm not the one to speak about it or to talk on it because I'm light skinned or whatever the case is, but I'm still we would consider a black individual. I got the hair and all these things like that. If somebody doesn't like me for how I am or wherever I bring, it doesn't really bother me and affect me because I know there's more opportunity. I looked at it the same way when it comes to females, right? So, like, let's say that we were single, right? And you had a female you like, and damn, I kind of like her too. But you know what? You're talking to her. It's all good. But you know what? There's opportunity somewhere else. There's always opportunity somewhere. So for me, it was always opportunity somewhere else. And it's a personal responsibility to take care of your needs. So I'm like, man, it's always going to be opportunity. So I'm just like, where is it that bad where you can't just make your own decision on who you want to deal with when it's your business, it's your stuff. If I don't want a certain amount of people, a certain color of people in my business, that's my business. How is that business going to thrive for real without having everybody, without being able to have the whole market available? I don't think it's going to thrive. So what I'm saying is, when you talk about business, I don't know how you're going to thrive with that type of mentality. Like, oh, I'm not going to take black people, or I'm not going to take white people. It seems like your business is not going to be as profitable as it could be.
I think we're just like we're just lumping it up to business, but don't forget those things apply to everything. Public service, when you go get your license, if you like, that applies to every organization, every door you walk into. So if that's not there, you might go, you need a new Social Security card. You go to the Social Security office, delay at the window. I don't deal with purple people. That's cool. They can make that decision too.
The government place?
Yeah.
The government job?
But that's what they're hiring. Like there is no protected classes, so you can deny for whatever you want.
And the government deny you? You saying the person at the government job will be denying you because of?
I'm just asking. Where do we draw that line? Does it apply only to business? Where does the protected class and not needing that? Where do we draw the line?
I just don't see why any class needs to be protected.
But
we're all individuals.
But we already know that everyone doesn't operate the same. So where do we draw that line? Okay, only businesses, but we got to have protected classes for everything else.
Well, we have the Civil Rights Act, and all those like that covers all of that. We don't have to be redundant. Like, we don't have to be redundant. Like,
so you don't think you need? It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
So you don't think people
protected
that can happen?
Class.
That wouldn't happen. You know what? I don't like Muslims. You know what? I'm not serving no Muslims. The lady came in here with a hijab on, but I'm not serving her. It's protected class. Religion protected class. You can't do that. But I'm not serving her. I don't want to do it. For whatever reason, I don't like those people.
Once word gets around that that's the way you operate, then freedom of speech and all of those things, and that's not a smart way to operate a business.
But again, where do we draw that line? Is it only for business, or does it again protect the class? So I go get a license.
What else are we talking about? If it's an individual preference, if you say you don't like a certain person and you don't want to be friends with them, that's your personal opinion.
100%. I mean, you don't have to be friends with anybody.
Like, I don't even think it's needed. It's really not needed.
Yeah, we're gonna agree to this. I don't like that. I think we do, because I don't trust people.
Protected class. Like,
I don't trust people, because people are weird, and we've seen enough proof to know people are weird and they don't all operate the same, and that's why it's necessary.
Would you say you've seen more proof of weird people than you've seen normal? I guess we would consider normal people.
Yes.
More reasonable people. You've seen more weird people than there are reasonable people.
I think the reasonable person is the minority.
Yeah. No.
So you give people too much credit. And maybe I'm not giving them enough. Maybe that's my problem.
No, it's not even about the credit. It's almost like I said, it's a personal responsibility. Like, there's always another bus coming. There's always another woman. There's always another business. There's always another Uber driver. There's a lot. There's a lot. And that's what's good about business. You know, it's always another person that's going to be willing to I not accept you, but willing to do business with you.
Oh, I don't disagree. I think that's a fact. I don't think that's an arguable point there.
So yeah, I think it goes both ways. Like I said, I used the KKK clan member that called the Uber, and I'm going to pick him up. I'm like, I'm not picking him. I'm not taking him. I'm not taking him. He's a KKK member. You know, I don't want to do it. You know, or I think he is, because he came from over there where they were. So I'm not.
He came from where they was happening at me.
I'm not taking him. I fear my life, or whatever the case is. I'm not taking him.